I feel like everything we've heard about Black Ops 6 so far is extremely positive. Everybody seems excited, everything seems really good and is going well. The official reveal is just around the corner, but is it going too good? Besides from the small worry here and there, some things that we don't really know if we're going to be getting in the game or not, such as in the zombies mode, operators. Everybody wants to see a main cast of characters again. That's up in the air right now, we don't know. More than likely we are going to be getting operators, so we are going to have to make some sacrifices with this game. It's probably not going to be perfect, but compared to the last few Call of Duties around this time of year, leading up to the reveal, I wasn't really excited. And even though I'm a big Treyarch fan and the last few CODs have been Infinity Wards or Sledgehammers, being a big fan of the zombies mode, we have still had Modern Warfare Zombies and Vanguard Zombies, but I wasn't all that excited about those games, whereas compared to Black Ops 6, I really am. I'm very optimistic and I don't really have a bad word to say about it. Maybe I'm being delusional because we should know by now to keep our standards pretty low, that way you're not disappointed, but I don't know, there's just something about Black Ops 6 that's making me believe that it's gonna be good. Maybe because Treyarch are the developers, maybe because they've had 4 years to make it, maybe because I'm excited for zombies to come back and to get what should be a good multiplayer experience again. Like I said, I don't expect it to be perfect, but I just have this funny feeling that this might end up being one of the best Call of Duties that we've had, not only in a long time, but ever. I could be totally wrong, but there is one complaint that I keep seeing pop up, and over the past week or so, a lot of people have been talking about. I didn't really want to make a video about it because I kind of expected this. It seems this is the way that COD is going now, but I think it is an important talking point, and that is the fact that Black Ops 6 is technically DLC. Charlie Intel put out this tweet where they said, BO6 is officially confirmed to be DLC for the COD HQ app. The Steam listing has it up as DLC with the parent app being Call of Duty. Now this isn't as big as you might think because ever since the introduction of COD HQ, every Call of Duty added to that is technically a DLC of it. So whereas back in the old days it feels weird saying that before COD HQ, a new Call of Duty title was its own game, it wasn't listed as DLC, but because every new Call of Duty gets added to COD HQ now, it is technically downloadable content for that parent app. You need COD HQ to play the latest CODs, so they are content that is downloadable from that, which is why Black Ops 6 is listed as DLC, when technically it's not DLC as we know it. It's not, as some people thought, an extension of Modern Warfare 3, or Modern Warfare 3 is an extension of Modern Warfare 2, or Vanguard or Cold War, all games that are part of COD HQ, although, well, when you look at them all, they do have a similar feeling and interface. The newer games attached to COD HQ definitely do have a more similar feeling than what they used to. Treyarch's games used to feel very different to Infinity Ward's games. They were more cartoony and arcadey, whereas Infinity Ward's Modern Warfare series was more realistic, and now they all play a lot more alike compared to what they used to, but still, they're not DLC of the previous game as you would think. It's just listed that because these games are DLC of COD HQ. But still, that for a lot of people is a problem. Because if you just look at COD HQ and all of the games listed on here, well, there's no character. There's nothing to separate one game between the other. This might sound lame, but one of the things I used to love about receiving a new COD was waiting to see what the startup menu would be, especially for Treyarch's games because they always had the cool ones. The starting menu for Black Ops 1 was Mason sitting in the interrogation chair, everything was interactive. There was an Easter egg built into it where you could escape from the chair and go up to the terminal and import a bunch of codes. Black Ops 2's startup menu was pretty cool. I always liked the original 2009 Modern Warfare's menu, hearing the music, seeing the background, and then just scrolling down through the different sections and having that unique select sound got me pumped to play the game. But now with COD HQ, all of that is pretty much gone. It might seem small and pretty relevant, which on the bigger scale it is, but especially with the Black Ops games, it was cool and added a lot of character, all of which is now missing in COD HQ because every Call of Duty from this point on is on here. So no longer do you have to back out, go to the PlayStation Home or the Xbox Home and then start up Black Ops Cold War or Modern Warfare 2. You can just go onto Call of Duty HQ and start up each game from there, which is easier, but having every COD on here has been a big complaint in the community. Now, apparently with Black Ops 6, that's going to be added onto COD HQ on June the 9th when they allow you to pre-order the game, and this is apparently what it's going to look like. You can see it's just like every other COD we have on here. There's nothing unique about it. So I guess that's where the main complaint lies here with a lot of people, and on the flip side, there are benefits to this. There are good reasons why Activision have decided to go down this route now. One, I'm pretty sure it does save memory. Having everything on COD HQ means your game size is smaller. I could be wrong. And two, it does mean you don't have to back out and load up each Call of Duty. Whenever you want to play a different one, you can just access them all from this main HQ, which should make people's lives easier, but that does mean sacrificing character and uniqueness. That does mean that each COD starts to feel more similar. In any world where every Call of Duty just feels the same now, having them all on COD HQ doesn't help that. But it is a tiny problem. So that worry of people saying, well, if this is listed as DLC on Steam, that just means that this is an extension of previous Call of Duties, basically. That's not necessarily true. All it means is it's an extension of COD HQ, which is the main base. I'm pretty sure every COD going forward is running off, isn't it the Modern Warfare 19 engine, or whatever it's called, but every year, of course, it's upgraded. That's also part of the reason why different COD developers' games now feel more alike. But for me, that doesn't really taint where I'm at. We haven't seen gameplay yet. We've only seen a couple of trailers which aren't really gameplay trailers, they're just cinematics. With them, you never know what you're going to get. A cinematic trailer can make any game look good. Some of the bigger worries in my opinion, as was posted here, would be the fact that David Vonderhaar left, which I totally forgot about. He moved on from Treyarch back in August of 2023, where he put out this tweet saying, after an incredible 18 years and 8 Call of Duty games, I am moving on to new opportunities. And when Black Ops 6 was announced, he said, huge congrats to the team at Treyarch on the reveal of BO6. I am really excited to do something I have never had the chance to do, experience it purely as a player and a fan of the studio. If David left at the end of 2023 and this game has been in development since 2020, then surely he would have worked on Black Ops 6 up until the point of him leaving, so at least 2, maybe 2.5 years of development Vonderhaar did on Black Ops 6. All of the basic mechanics of the game, David would have also helped develop, which makes me feel a little bit safer because, like I said, this guy's been with us since the beginning. Treyarch's very first COD, which I think was the big red one back in, was it 2002 or 3-4, sometime around that date. He's worked on every Treyarch Call of Duty game. He was a big contributor as to why Treyarch games are so good. So this is their first one ever that David hasn't fully helped to develop, but he still would have had a big influence on it, which is good. If he didn't, I'd be a little bit worried to see if it was going to be any different to previous Black Ops games without him. So that's going to be a big contributing factor as to whether Black Ops 6 ends up being good or not. I said, and I still think it was the same when Jason Blundell left at the end of Black Ops 4. Since then, in Cold War Zombies, Vanguard Zombies, and Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, I don't think they've been the same, or you've definitely noticed a difference between the Zombies games that Jason Blundell worked on compared to the Zombies games that we have now. And you could even say the difference between the Zombies games that Zelensky worked on compared to Blundell's games. There was a difference there when there was a change in leadership for the Zombies mode, and so now that there's a change in leadership for the multiplayer side of the game, and I also know David had influence on the campaign side as well, you would expect, just like Zombies, that will have an effect on the game. Perhaps not this time around with BO6, considering he still worked on it for the majority of its life cycle, but in the next Treyarch game, that's when you'll notice it. I also noticed on those bunch of posts, this article, I've never seen this before, apparently it was from 2021, this is weird, I don't even know what to make of it. Blizzard employees say their breast milk kept getting stolen. Let's keep it to the main subject of the video, Call of Duty HQ. Does this mean Black Ops 6 is DLC? Not in the way you would think, even though that's what it's listed as on Steam, and that's technically how these games work now. But the bigger picture for me is what it kind of tells you about Call of Duty and COD HQ being the base as a whole. That these games sometimes do feel like more DLC and extensions of one another than actual new physical video games. I'm not the biggest fan of Call of Duty HQ. I actually think the UI is a big problem with it. It just doesn't look very good. It reminds me of something like Netflix or Hulu, a typical streaming site. I was going to say it's designed for ease of use, but even then, just scrolling through this thing, trying to find the game I want, trying to find the campaign or the zombies mode, even that can be difficult. I don't think the UI in COD HQ is designed well at all. It leaves no character for each separate game, but it looks like it's here to stay. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hopefully you've enjoyed the video today. If you have, drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest content on the channel. If we could hit 700,000 subscribers before the release of Black Ops 6, I think that'd be pretty awesome. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.